African food in the US is so expensive. That's the reason you don't see too many Americans in African restaurants. But when you go to Asian or Chinese restaurants, you see Americans lined up like beads on a string.
And I have this same problem with black-owned restaurants. Just about any soul food spot I've ever been to. There is no way you should be charging $20, sometimes even $30 for 3 whole chicken wings, a side, and some cornbread.
One thing that's gonna bring black people together is greed.
Some of Jamaican restaurant, yes, we're in a foreign, in New York, that's where I live. Especially in the Bronx. Why the food so expensive? More of you ask. Especially on breakfast. You go in there, go buy one, I just go to one restaurant and ask, how much is a small ackee? $16. Imagine, $16 for a small ackee. Most of you do not pay your workers $15 an hour.
$30 for a bowl of suya. You look at the bowl is not even full.
African food in the US is so expensive. That's the reason you don't see too many Americans in African restaurants. But when you go to Asian or Chinese restaurants, you see Americans lined up like beads on a string. Africans, we don't have gold in our food. Jollof rice is basically rice, tomatoes, and oil, and small ingredients. That's it. All of these things were bought in the US for no money. But the way you guys skyrocket the prices, I'm not talking about high-end or upscale restaurants. If I go to Continent DC, I know that's an upscale restaurant because they serve you food, they serve you, they even put water in your cup. But some of you Africans, you sell a bottle of water for $2. $1.50 for a small bottle of water. Look at food for $29. If you go to American soul food restaurant with $29, you know what you're going to buy? Have you seen their platters? If you go to Asian restaurant, Saku, Japan, if you buy food for $15, you won't be able to finish it. If you go to Chinese restaurants with $13, if American restaurants, their prices are usually 15, 17, 18, 19, 20. Africans, I wanted to eat roasted tilapia. They said it's $45 with no plantains, with plantain $50. $50 for roasted tilapia. That tilapia is $5. I'm not exaggerating. That tilapia is $5 at the grocery store. But they are selling it for $50. Africans, we have to, and understand all of us are coming to look. Some of you even sell hot sauce. The American restaurant will give you free hot sauce. In some cases, they even give you free water. Chill. That's the reason why Americans don't patronize us all the time. Because our food is so expensive. When they go to Chick-fil-A, when they go to Popeye's, Chipotle, they don't spend more than $15 there. And they eat well. We don't have gold in our food. You guys should chill. Chill. If you see the way Americans serve their chicken and their turkey, wah, wah, wah. If you go to African restaurant, pinch, stingy with portion, only price. Please, chill.
All right. It looks like black people all over the globe, we have the same problems. Yo, this is about to be a good one. This is about to be a long one, but let us laugh it off and pretend that we are not greedy as black people. Do you guys think we're greedy? Anyway.
How much does it cost to cook a pot of jollof rice with chicken currently in the US for 10 people? I went to Walmart today to find out and take a look at the video. Boiled long grain rice, $1. Chicken seasoning, tomato paste, $1. Chili powder, $1. Garlic powder, onion powder, paprika, 1. Chicken drums, $4. 5 liters vegetable oil. You know the price? You see the price? $7. So that's all you need to cook jollof rice, and it's $15. Keep in mind that these are retail prices. Restaurants buy from Costco and Restaurant Depot, and they are way cheaper than retail. In fact, sometimes 2 times cheaper. So we do not hate African restaurants. We just want you guys to remember that you are pricing your way out of the market. Instead of asking yourself, how much should I charge this client? Ask yourself as a business person. The fact that you can cook does not mean that you know how to sell. Ask yourself. Instead of asking them, how much should I charge them? Ask yourself, how much should I charge this client so they can come back 3 times, 4 times, or even 5 times in a week? There are people who eat solely at Chinese restaurants. Now, instead of charging $14 for a plate of rice with 2 chicken drumsticks, you charge $30, and the customer comes once in 3 months. Chinese restaurants are charging $14, and the customer comes 5 times a week, sometimes even more a week, and they keep coming. Who is losing? Who? You are the one losing. Affordability itself sometimes is a growth strategy, if you don't know.
This African man, he lives in America. He decided to wake up and go try out different African restaurants' foods. He normally does that because I follow him and I love him on TikTok. Please follow him. That is his page. So he normally goes to different places in America to eat African food, supporting them and literally putting African American people onto African food, like, hey, brothers and sisters, you know, like if you want to try African food, try this restaurant, try this, we have this in common, da 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 da. And some of the viral videos that he made when he was coming on TikTok was literally also introducing African people in America to soul food, and he was busy talking about how it is so nice, soul food is good, like the similarities are there between us, the Africans and African Americans. But well, it didn't take a lot of time for him to go to an African restaurant that pissed me off. Now hear me out. There's so many African people that have come out on the internet to bash him that, hey, you can't be telling our business just like that. You know, if you want to say such stuff, use our language. Why would you literally analyze our market? You didn't have to go around telling African Americans that our food is expensive. Da, 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 da. You should have complained just at a restaurant or talked in your language. So the message just goes to your people. But like now, the African Americans are watching, and then now they're not gonna come back. He said, I don't care. He said, I don't care. And I support him. You know why? Because we need to realize as African people that live in different countries, most especially diaspora countries, the United States, in the UK, we are here because people that look like us made it possible for us to be there. And hear me out. I'm not trying to be rude to the assist, but growing up, I was always told white people are rich, they have money. I bet you I will make a price 3 times higher. Well, I can't do it. But if I was to do it, I will make a price of something 3 times higher for a white person than a black person that looks like me. And I remember when I was in Johannesburg, there was this sister, she's a filmmaker from the United States, and we were attending this film festival, and then, she came, very talented black woman, and she went down the marketing Maboneng to buy some shoes, some African craft and stuff. Yeah, let me tell you, they charge her like 5 times the price. And she was like, oh my God, Africa is so expensive. South Africa is so expensive. And I said, wait, you bought that shoes for what? You bought that shirt for what? I said, let's go back. It ain't gonna happen. I swear to God. I said that will not happen. We're gonna go back. And we went back and I started yelling. I said, there's no way you can charge this person this price, because for me, you will give it to me for this price. And it is a disease. It is a pandemic that we have as African people. Not all of us, not all of them, because I can't do it, but it is a pandemic. Hence, sometimes when you see some videos of African Americans that come to the continent of Africa complaining about like, oh, they want to rob you here, they want to extort money from you. Sometimes they don't even mean that, oh, somebody came and they want to gang, jam me to take my money. It's because some African people will jump the price 10 times higher just because you speak a certain type of English and they know you're not African. So immediately they'll make things expensive, which is so bad because we are literally unaliving the market for ourselves. Like, that BS, let it be done in Africa. It is not good, but let it be done in Africa. But for African people to do it in overseas countries, coming off inside eye. Yeah, let me know what you think in the comment section. Hey, that's my take. That's my take, so please don't judge me. Well, you can judge. You have the right to judge. But that is my take. And that's it. Some people that are talking about how, in the United States, things are different. And that man literally went down the rabbit hole to say, it's just rice and oil. It's just rice and oil. The same thing that you get in Africa. And in Africa, actually cooking oil maybe would be expensive. It's not expensive here in America, so there is no need to spike the prices most, especially when it's people that look like you that are going to buy the food from you. And because of those people, that is why you have even a chance to be in the United States. You have made a market of African food marketing to these people, and they are coming to support you. So there is no need for you to overcharge. It doesn't make sense. Personally, I think for certain foods, most especially if they have specifically to come from Africa, maybe you can. Because expenses of shipping, and all that won't make sense. But in his case, jollof rice, just rice, like, nah, let's just not do it. But anyway, meanwhile, I was thinking it is just an African people problem. Well. Brothers and sisters from Jamaica, they entered the church. I said, wait a damn minute. When I saw a black man talk about black people need to stop making soul food so expensive unnecessarily, I said, wait a damn minute. So it is not an African people thing. It's a black people thing. Are we greedy? Are we greedy? Yeah, let me know what you think in the comment section. I don't know what to say. Yeah, let's just watch the clips and then we're gonna come back and talk about it because black people, we need to chill.
Y'all, forget the Zara padlock. What is going on with these Caribbean restaurants in Manhattan? I just left from a spot and I'm disappointed. It's not even the word. I went into the spot and the lady told me, y'all, listen to this. I was just like, okay, I wanted to, felt a little hungry, wanted to try to get something to eat. I said, all right, I'll get like an oxtail or something. I haven't had oxtail in whatever, Lord knows when. So that's all right. So we start to tell the lady I want to get the oxtail. I got the oxtail, I'm looking at a drink and something else. Tell me why? It's $60. In Manhattan, $60, 60. I started to look at a woman like, for that price, we want the ox for walking in front of our store and cooking around our back. What do you mean? Like, Manhattan needs to be stopped. Oh my God, I wish I took a picture. I wish I took a picture for you guys to see this. Y'all are tearing me up in the DMs. You can afford $60 oxtail, so what's the issue? We all know the issue that when you're spending money on oxtail, you need the perks. You know what I mean? I'm not going to spend $60 on an oxtail and get 2 grain of rice, barely any gravy. For that amount of money, I want the key to free Vibes Cartel myself. For that amount of money, I want unlimited supply of oxtail gravy.
You see how Daddy Clifford single-handedly brought the diaspora together to now hold these restaurant owners accountable for these ridiculous ass prices they be charging. When I first saw Daddy Clifford complaining about the outrageous prices for African restaurants, and he was eating jollof rice or whatever, and he used a lot of like West African restaurants to prove his point, I couldn't help but think this is not even just specific to Nigeria. I went to a Senegalese restaurant. Them motherfuckers charged me, I paid like $40 for some fucking fish. I went to Abidjan last Christmas. One thing about it, I love Ivory Coast. I love Cote d'Ivoire. I love y'all. I love Ivorians. Yes. We're at a beach restaurant. Not only was the service terrible, we all are very familiar with that one. Not only was the service fucking terrible, they took 3 hours to bring out our food. What did they bring out? Grilled chicken and salad. How much do they charge us for that? Too damn much. It's a black diaspora thing. We have been severely traumatized for generations to the point it has made us now greedy as fuck. We are so hungry and greedy that anything that will give us a quick come up, we are 100% going to try to do and try to exploit our own people. Unfortunately, that's the truth. It's one of the main reasons why I oftentimes shy away from getting me a little suya when I come back to Houston, or getting me some fucking pondu or some taba when I'm in Dallas, or getting me some motherfucking oxtails when I want some, because I know I'm gonna have to fucking sacrifice my liver to get a plate.
Restaurant with $29, you know what you're gonna buy?
So you meant to tell me that this thing is actually a worldwide web something. I thought it was just a Canada thing. I thought it was a Canada thing because I stay in Canada, I live in Canada, right? I thought it was just a Toronto thing. I don't know that it even extend to the States, because the person in the video, like the guy in the video, is talking about the US as per Trump, United States of America. Yeah. I stay in Toronto, so I thought it was just a Toronto thing, like, foods are expensive, like Nigerian food to be specific. I don't use the word Africa because Africa is too generalized. So I'm talking from, like, the place I mostly order from, or before, because I don't order as much again because of the price, like, they're too expensive, right? So I didn't know it was I didn't know it was a worldwide web, something like where every other place, every other country apart from Nigeria itself is suffering this thing where, like, Nigerian foods are expensive. not a single I told. I don't want to like put the full clip of him talking because it's quite lengthy, but if you want to watch the full video, you can go on his Instagram page, that the cliverts. You would have seen it in the Instagram, like the reels I was showing. You can go watch it on his Instagram page. Not a single I told. Like it's actually annoying, like, to say the least. It's very, very annoying. I just feel like they are very inconsiderate. I'm talking about like Nigerian restaurants that sell food for like $20 something, $30 something for something dollars. I think it's at some points in the video was talking about he wanted to buy I think grilled tilapia fish, and they wanted to sell it for him for $45. $45 for tilapia fish. If you go to the any store, tilapia fish, I don't eat fish. I don't know how much fish cost, but it was just like $5 there. But so imagine going from $5 to $45. Like, that's actually insane. That's crazy. But I think like restaurants, or like Nigerian restaurants, you guys should try and be considerate. Like literally, you guys should be trying to consider. It don't make sense anymore.
Another thing before I forget, African restaurants in America. Oil in America, cooking oil is not luxury. This is the average African restaurant. This is what you're going to find. Jollof rice. Look at the bottom of the pan. Look at. This is not Africa. In Africa, especially West and Central Africa, we see cooking oil as luxury. It is not luxury in the US. This is how Africans cook in the US. This is jollof rice. It should stop. This can cause high cholesterol and possible heart attack. That is why the best place to eat African food in the US is California. In California, the way they cook their African food, go to Jagaban restaurant in California, downtown LA. They even use avocado oil to cook, and you won't see oil like this. Look at. Americans don't want to eat this. They don't want to eat this, yeah. My brothers, they don't want to eat this. Reduce the oil in your food. In Africa, cooking oil is being seen as wealth, as a luxury. In America, it's nothing. It's shit. It's trash. Americans don't find cooking oil. You can't impress them with cooking oil. Reduce it. Please reduce it.
Finally, West African restaurants, especially Nigerian restaurants, is getting dragged all over the Western countries, like everywhere. They said that they've had enough of their greed. People are tired. People are saying they are not going anymore. Enough is enough. You all are late to the party. You all are late because their greed sickens me. You don't say when I abandoned them. I've left them long time ago. You know, the time I drew the line was when I was craving ayamashi. I was craving it badly. So I decided to order from Tasty. Tell me why these people decided to charge me for hot food. To send me hot food, they charged me. And when the food came, meat be like this thing for inside meat. There was no egg, nothing. The food was basic. From that day, I was like, never. I'm never patronizing them again. I'd rather take my money to the Chinese man. If I buy roast pork fried rice for £8, it go full. I don't know if they feed it. I can't even finish it. I leave the leftover for the next day. These people, the portion, tiny. Don't even get me started with Inish. I'm even surprised people are not calling names. Call their names. Don't be afraid. Call them out. Their prices are on Uber Eats. Why are you trying to cover for them? My experience was Tasty and Inish. Both of them. Their greed sickens me. Sickens me to the core. And I see some people trying to make excuses for them. Oh, you know Nigerian food, it takes time to cook. Oh, Chinese food, now it takes time to cook. Do you know how long it takes to make mochi? Do you know the energy it takes to make that tiny desserts? They still sell it for £1. £1 as dessert. That's how much I buy it. Whenever I buy other food, I add one mochi. Do you know how long it takes to prepare some Chinese soup? It takes time to brew it. It takes skill. Their food, you can still afford it. There is no excuse for West African restaurants' greed. There is no excuse. Their greed is out of hand. And do not let anybody guilt you to patronize them. Take your money elsewhere. Take your money elsewhere. They don't want to do business now. They are driving all their customers with prices. Why? Don't listen to anybody. Take your money elsewhere. Go to Thai restaurants. Go to Chinese restaurants. You go eat your belly full. I think the only affordable African restaurants I've seen so far is a buffet restaurant in Manchester. I haven't gone there yet. I think I will go soon. If I go, I will definitely do a review. That woman food is very affordable. You see, those ones when they want put their self where they're not rich, abandon them, leave them, go elsewhere. I beg you. She said brand D aesthetic be like a bar market at restaurants. There is no, it's not even fine inside.
Restaurants create their concept. They know their market. And probably you or me might not be their market. And that's perfectly fine. But yeah, this is mind blowing. I did ask what was inside of the beef patty or the patties in general, and they said it was handcrafted. I think most patties are. I'm just going to be brutally honest. I think most patties are. And they said that is made from quality ingredients. You got to be telling me something a little bit different. Tell me it's from Kobe beef, or tell me the chicken was pasture raised or something, but we could go out and get quality ingredients. It's still not going to be $15. Maybe the rent in here is expensive. Anyway, I don't want to be knocking on anybody's thing too much because I don't usually do that, but the price.
I think it's hilarious how across the Black diaspora, you are seeing people unite because of the subject of food. From the Africans, Caribbeans, Black Americans, you're seeing everyone complain about how food is priced and it's not right. Because everyone's noticing that for some reason, we get served food that is not expensive to make for 3 times the price. And at that point, it's like, keep the meal. We got food at home. Like, it's greed. It's plain and simple. It's literally just greed, because why are our cultural dishes this much money? Like, they were created in the first place to be affordable ways for us to eat. So why are you charging twice as much than usual? The thing that gets me though is like a lot of these businesses end up closing because they don't know how to price their stuff. If you were to price your things properly, you would actually have customers that come back. Everything's super expensive because you don't have anyone coming, and no one's coming because things are too expensive. And even when grocery prices going up, the food that you guys are making does not cost that much still. And if your overhead is too expensive, change it up. You get a food truck instead. But I don't care how nice restaurant looks. I'm not paying $50 for this plate.
Hi there. There's a big conversation happening across the African diaspora right now. Why is Nigerian food and African food generally so expensive? And quite often, people compare our restaurants with Chinese, Indian, and other ethnic restaurants where you might get a meal for considerably less. But there are some important factors we need to understand. First, let's talk about jollof rice. Jollof rice is relatively inexpensive to produce compared with many other Nigerian dishes, and importantly, it's probably the most popular item on the menu. Restaurants can sell large quantities of it, but a Nigerian restaurant cannot survive on jollof rice alone. They also have to prepare egusi, ogbono, different soups, stews, pounded yam, and other swallows, dishes that may sell in much smaller quantities. So the high volume items like jollof help to balance the cost of producing those other dishes. And when you look at the entire menu rather than one plate of food, the economics begin to make more sense. Secondly, our food takes time to prepare, and time is money. With some other cuisines from across the world, a lot of the ingredients can be prepped in advance, and when you place your order, the final dish can be put together very quickly. Nigerian food is not always like that. Some of our soups and traditional dishes require long cooking processes. Some swallows have to be prepared to order. Even jollof itself isn't something you simply throw together in 5 minutes. That means more preparation time, more cooking time, more energy, and importantly, more labor. Then there's the cost of ingredients. Many of the ingredients used in Nigerian and African cooking in the UK are imported. By the time you factor in transportation, importation, storage, and distribution, the restaurant is already starting from a higher cost base. And then we come to something extremely important: economies of scale. Communities such as the Chinese and Indians have had decades to build enormous food distribution networks in the UK. Their restaurants and retailers can benefit from established wholesalers, large volume purchasing, and highly developed supply chains. African food businesses don't yet have that same scale. In fact, many African retailers and restaurants ultimately source some of their products through Asian wholesalers and distribution networks. That means somebody else in that supply chain has already taken their margin before the product even reaches the African restaurant. So when people ask, why can't Nigerian food be as cheap as Chinese or Indian food? We have to understand we are not necessarily operating with the same economies of scale. As the African food industry grows, as our distribution networks become stronger and purchasing volumes increase, hopefully those economics will improve. Now, none of this means that every restaurant is reasonably priced. Value for money is still important, and customers have every right to question what they are being charged. But before we conclude that African restaurants are simply overcharging, we also need to understand the economics behind the plate, because it's very easy to look at the final price. It's much harder to see everything that went into producing it.
For those of you who are supporting these African restaurants, right? Let me say it, you cannot beat me. It's God that will punish some of you. I know some of you are supporting the restaurants because maybe your boyfriend is the one who owns it, or your husband is the one that owns it, or you yourself, you're the one that owns it, but God will punish you supporting thieves, because you cannot use us to build a mansion in your house, wherever you're trying to build a mansion. The same Chinese people that sell food, you can buy food from Chinese store, right? From Chinese restaurant, and you still have leftovers. So there's no reason for your greed. You understand? There's no reason for that. So much greed. Number 2. The only restaurant that I have eaten and I think that is affordable is this restaurant in Houston. I don't know if they are still good. It's called Amala Zone. And I ate there. Me and my friends, we ate there. The portions were really, really good for the money we paid. Like I for one, I ate egusi soup. And that egusi soup had like good portions of pomo. It had goat meat. The portions were good for the price that we paid, right? I don't know if they are still keeping up that attitude, but the rest, the ones in Kansas City, ooh, the only place in Kansas City where they give you value for your money is African cuisine. It's a Cameroonian restaurant. They give you value for your money. Like, you actually buy something, right? I'm not saying because I know the owner. I've eaten there and I pay. You get value for your food. And their food there, I love the fact that their concept of their food, right? That egusi, they don't use red oil. There's no way you all should be feeding us with a lot of red oil. Red oil, plenty cholesterol. But I love the fact that you all are being dragged by your wigs, because you all cannot use us to be mansion. You cannot invest. Somebody said you cannot invest $500 in a business and want to cash out $50,000. It's not possible. Oh my man, it's not. And for you who are supporting them, God will judge you.
Yeah. And that was the moment I realized we need to have a conversation about this. So this is why I'm bringing it to you. Y'all let me know what you think in the comments section. Do you think black people will overly price things? And when that man said the Asian community would never, baby, I tell you, the Asian community will never. Yeah, this is why the whites go and support the Asians, African Americans go support the Asians, the Africans go support the Asians, because they never spike their prices unnecessarily. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, y'all let me know what you think in the comment section. And y'all, let me tell you something crazy. My channel was on the brink of going away, but we thank God I am back. Guys, if you have missed me, show me some love. Show me some love. I know you guys love me. But it's been how many days without me posting because my channel was being threatened to be taken away by YouTube. Hey guys, let me tell you, in this life, a lot has just been happening to me, left, right, and center. I was supposed to go and study, missed my flights. So many bad things happened, lost my apartment. I kid you not, life lately has not been so kind to me. Like for the past 10 days, lost my apartment, didn't have where to stay, because now, you know, my channel is gone, and then like that's why like I've been trying to, you know, make a living, and most of the money I've literally just spent it in paying my school fees, because I've told you guys before, like I want to go back and study. So literally use all my money, and oh god, let me tell you, I put all my money in school fees. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna go, because I was gonna go and study in South Africa, at the universities in South Africa. Guys, when I tell you life, the schooling didn't happen, missing my flight, and I was like, I'm gonna catch another flight. But then guys, the South African visa, if you don't use it on that same day, it's no longer working now. Imagine all the investment. I had paid accommodation in Johannesburg already. And then meanwhile, I'm still there. I'm in depression. And then YouTube tells me they're taking away my channel. Listen, I've been a hot mess, but we thank God we are back. I really want to thank God that we are back. And today, like, I was not getting out of the house. I was just like depressed and sad, like not even have something to eat. But yeah, y'all know I always tell you, if I don't laugh, I will cry. So you know what I did? Yesterday, yesterday, a friend of mine sent me like some money of like $30. You know what I did? Do you know what I did? I went and decided to do my hair. I said, let me go do my hair. I'm not gonna be ugly. I'm not gonna be depressed, because I was having bad thoughts. I was looking around the scene. I'm like, oh, is this how people start to want to life themselves? So I was really in a very bad space. And I was like, let me go do my hair and pretend that everything is gonna be okay. Yeah. And that's why I keep on saying that. I don't know, probably you guys were sending me some invisible prayers that I didn't see. You can't even know. God works in mysterious ways, you know. But I really, 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 really do want to say thank you, and I appreciate you guys' support. I am on the road to 60,000. I'm just thankful to God. I'm just thankful to you guys. If you guys can send me a super chat right now, please do. I will appreciate it. We don't have PayPal anymore because like my email got banned. A lot of bad things really happened to me. But yeah, we're back. And if you're new to my channel, hello, welcome. My name is Natkunda Esa. We're crazy here. We're crazy, we argue, but we share knowledge and information. So yeah, if you like my content, let me know in the comment section what you think about today's topic, and I will see you in the next one for sure. But in the meantime, let's not rob each other. Let's not rob each other as black people. Let's just, don't make the prices so expensive, man. What's especially for your own? It don't make sense.
My favorite thing on TikTok right now is Daddy Clivet really, opening the niches, plural, of all these Nigerian restaurants in the diaspora, I was about to say in the abroad, but like in general, like these guys would dead us be charging $20 for jollof rice, no meat. $25 for jollof rice, no meat. Like, if you're even hearing such atrocious prices, one would assume that okay, therefore is not normal size of container. My brothers and my sisters, it's the normal size that they will not even feel myself. Like, and I was having this conversation with, who was I talking to yesterday? I can't remember, but I was telling them how, like, at the very least, right, like people were trying to say in the comment section, a lot of people were saying that, oh, like this is just a problem with Nigerians in general, which I agree, right? Nigerian restaurants rather in general, because back in Nigeria as well, the price crazy. But at least in Nigeria, like, you can say that you are paying for aesthetics. Do you get? Like, you can say that at least my money is going somewhere. If you carry your leg on where, golden raindrop or something, or like cave or something like that, what your digbe say that you're about to enter. Do you get? But here, you walk into a Nigerian restaurant and they are looking, in fact, service jack shit. Me and my friends went to, before I name drop them now and they say that I'm spoiling business. But me and my friends went to a Nigerian restaurant, and there's inside sitting, there's outside sitting, indoor sitting, outside sitting. One would assume that, okay, like if you're having outdoor sitting, like you're going to cater to the people outdoors and everything now. Tell me why the hell this guy came to come and tell us that, like we were sitting outside, this guy came to come and tell us outside that our food is ready inside, or that we should come and carry it. You feel imagine. Imagine, like, you can actually imagine the and this is just like this is not anything compared to just the general anyhowness of Nigerian restaurants. Genuinely, bro, if you give me mic to talk about Nigerian restaurants, tell me why I don't love beef. Like, I'm not a fan of beef. This is another story entirely. I'm not a fan of beef. I'm ordering jollof rice and chicken as I always do. Jollof rice, chicken and plantain. You're giving me jollof rice and beef with puff puff because you don't have plantain, and for whatever reason you did not give me chicken. I'm calling you to question you and ask you what's happening. You are telling me that don't I like beef? that beef is good now. That beef too. You can imagine, like, I can't begin to speak about the numerous anyhowness. Is it prices? Is it aesthetic? Is it service? Like, and then you begin to wonder what's really, like, are these places offering you? I can probably only name maybe three restaurants off the bat of my head, 3 Nigerian restaurants off the bat of my head that I've actually gone to in Toronto and I've actually said, okay, this food really slaps. So, but other than outside that, like, mediocre at best, I could make jollof better than that. And that's what you're charging me, $25 jollof, no meat? What? What? Don't even get me started. Let's go just have it that we want to order soon. After tax, there's no way of leaving that place without spending $60, I swear.